let's unpack. I mean, hitting that, like, how did you know you reached that bottom? You know, like,
yeah, you don't.
Okay.
You don't. It's because it's like, you know, I'm sure people could read between the lines, right? It's like every night you go to bed, it's like, I'm done, I'm never doing this again. You're like, you slowly see things unraveling in your life, but you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you could physically do or mentally do.
Yeah.
And it gets a chokehold of you and it becomes your life. You know, you do something your whole life and then, you know, it's a dependent. It was used for pain, you know, anxiety, depression, suicide, right? Just isolate, not want to be around anybody. You know, I pushed everyone that loved me away, and nobody chooses that life.
Yeah.
You know, nobody chooses to do that. You know, the first drink or the first, you know, drug or whatever the hell you're doing, whatever your addiction may be, is always a choice. But once you get to a point, it just, you know, it's a disease. You have no control. And I fell into that for many, many years, which is unfortunate. Like, I mean, there's a reason why addiction kills more people than cancer, man.
Yeah.
It's no joke. And I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. But, you know, there's always the other side of the fence, right? And I'm slowly climbing over it. It's a battle every day.
Yeah.
But, yeah, when I got out, it was like, fuck, now what? Like, now what? You know, it's something that you've depended on your entire life. And, you know, one day at a time. That's you know, every addict's motto, right? One day at a time, but it works, right? So, again, like, even just talking about this, it's tough, but it helps me. And
Sure, it's helping others too, man.
it does, you know, and there's a lot of people like, when I got back, I made a post more or less for my clients, right? Because they were like, you know, where the fuck is this guy? Like, are you okay? And they've called. Like, I know, I'll tell you one thing, you know who's really there for you when you're fucking down and out.
100%.
And, you know, it's a cliche that people throw it out loosely, but you really know who's there for you when you're down and out. And there was, you know, loved ones, whether it was friends, wives, you know, wife's family, my family, sisters, brothers, you know, that you push away just because it's, you know, you have to. You can't control that, right? And it's sad, but, you know, when I got out, it was time to make amends, right? And it's something that I never understood. Nobody, you know, who the hell wants to start apologizing to people? But it must have been like 200-300 people. Whether I hurt them or not, whether it was something so stupid, whether it was a lie, you know, a manipulation, you know, anything and everything. You know, if I felt that I hurt them in any other way, you know, grow a set of fucking balls and apologize.
Yeah.
Like, you know, 99.9% of the people forgave me, like, very quick. Like, they understood. And it's hard. Apologizing is hard, man. But it makes you feel incredible.
Yeah.
And so when I did that post, it was more for my clients, just to give them like a heads up, like, you know, where the fuck were you? Like, are you okay? So, like I said, 99% of them forgave me, and a lot of them started throwing work back at me, which, you know, I'm forever grateful for my clients. Like, you know, they're your lifeline. And, you know, the family, it takes time, right? There's, I've heard a lot of my family members, not by choice, obviously, but, you know, as long as I continue to do me, one day at a time, getting better mentally, physically, emotionally, you know, I'm a firm believer that everything kind of, you know, time heals, forgiveness happens. Some harder than others, unfortunately. But, you know, I could admit that I hurt a lot of people. And I apologized, right? But, you know, you could apologize once.
Yeah.
So now it's just straight transparency, honesty, especially with clients. Like, no beating around the bush, just eating around the tush, man. So it's good. I love it. Like, I've become addicted to this lifestyle, which is, you know, it's crazy. I love it. So I'm happy right now. I'm healthy and just trying to kick the shit out of the real estate world.